Hello everybody, bit of a slow start tonight. I've found myself distracted. I just saw the Minecraft movie. It was very goofy, but also very funny. I was impressed at how funny that movie was. But they had a reference to Technoblade in it, a rather famous reference of a pig with a crown on its head. And I couldn't help but be reminded of the Technoblade's story, really. It's very sad and very inspiring at the same time. So yeah, that's what's been stuck on my mind for the last hour.
You awake? No, it's nothing. Just
Rest in peace, Technoblade. I was never much for Minecraft, but that guy was a legend. Anyway, it's time to focus on this game. This stream has been delayed long enough, several days in fact. We have a new thing called Stronghold Protocol. I don't know anything about it. I might cover it tomorrow. Or something. Not right now. Because I believe that's going to be around for at least another week. And I think this current event will be as well. Hold on, how long is this around? May 22nd? Oh yeah. That's going to be around for a couple weeks. Exactly a couple weeks, actually. This thing's more important. We got a lot to catch up on, and I don't think I have time to do it all tonight, unfortunately. Again! And I might be delayed tomorrow night as well, but I will finish this weekend, gosh dang it! I hate how much everything this week has been delayed and delayed and delayed, and the only stuff that hasn't been is technically not the important stuff. We got a lot of these to do, so let's do these first while folks show up. I saw you in there, Zelda Chic. Glad to have you. Let's see how we doing this. Hold on, how am I supposed to get these? 3. There's nothing that fits in there. Wait, okay, I see it. There we go. There we go. Nailed it. I am the puzzle man. Wait. That's not even a letter. What is that? All the others were letters? And here's an L. Wait, what the heck? Okay, I'm missing something. Okay, I don't need that. There we go. I might have overdone that a little bit, don't know. You, huh? Well, that's fun. Beautiful. The name at the bottom is starting to get a little more accepting of things. It's a P. There we go. Is that a 3? E faces the other direction. Right? Am I stupid? That's interesting. Two? 32. Huh. Well, shoot, none of these work. What the? The guy at the bottom got weirdly snappy again. Okay, so what do we got now? We have C, R, E, P, I, Crepey, Heart. I think. I, L, is this supposed to be an umbrella? Okay, L, U, P, O, 3, 2. Crepey il lupo? 32? Wish I knew Italian. Okay, one exit. A lot of shenanigans happening in the middle, it looks like. I need to untangle my headphones. Give me a moment. There we go. I forgot to go get water. Oh well, we'll see if I even need it. Well, for the sake of fun, I think I'm just gonna keep running with the same crew I have been. I still haven't leveled up Suzerain. I should do that. I think I can do that now. Oh, there she is. How did I miss that? Alright, I need to make these. Hold on. In other news, for anyone who didn't see the announcement, I have completed the script for my next Metroid lore video. I haven't recorded it yet, but the script is done.
Products received.
There he is. Ooh, that's cool. I really like that. I love this new formula system. Gosh dang, Stainless, you get fatigued real fast. Oh, I need 2 more of these. Oh, I can exchange vouchers for them though. Cool. Heck yeah.
Look, Doctor! This is my original arts. I've been working hard on this. Now, will I be able to go to more places with my senpais, see more things, and help more people?
She is so excited. And so small. With a very cool staff. I'll do my best, childhood frolic, Foxfire Haze. It almost looks like a sentence, though. I'll do my best childhood frolic. Second talent. Whoops. Guess this one? Oh, right. Forgot to put the skin back on. Now let's try out Foxfire Haze. Why not? Ooh, that's good. What do we got here? Just a little bit of a power boost. Alright, so Suzerain's leveled up to E2 now, at last. In fact, let's take it a step further. Bring it up to 60. Whoops. Didn't mean to switch windows.
So this is how my senpais fight.
Fun fact. I did not install this. I don't know why that's there. These other two I did. I don't know if I'll ever get around to playing this one. That was just a... I want to play Layton, but just haven't yet.
Did I see a red shadow?
Man, this bed is too soft. I just can't fall asleep. Could you give me something firmer? That's how I like it.
Let's put
So,
Sirius
it
in.
wasn't Victoria with the best construction technology.
That was Stainless, not her talking.
Have you been on the ship all day, Doctor?
Me?
No.
There's something else I wanted to do here before I forget. Welcome to the crew, Phile, or however your name's pronounced.
I come from Sargon to travel across the land, training along the way. Is it the river of life that brought us together here? Human Resources tells me you're the most knowledgeable one on this ship. May I learn from you?
You absolutely may. Also, cool as heck shield. What can we find out about this character? Sarah Masri is the English voice. Combat experience 8 years. Place of birth Sargon. Confirmed infected. Excuse me. Phile, a temple guardian from Sargon, is a devout follower of the River of Life. She travels across the land, spreading the faith as she goes. During her journey, she became acquainted with the operators in our Sargon branch, establishing a long-term partnership with them. What the heck happened to my cadence? She assists Rhodes Island with security and disaster relief while also serving as a defender op in the field. Sweet.
This is a very efficient way to train. The next time I return, I hope to record the flow of the river. Doctor, may I ask what is the maximum recording length?
That's interesting. I'm used to people being like, wow, really? Videos?
Promotion. I am one step further than I was yesterday.
You bet.
This is a very efficient way
I
to
might be
train.
wasting a bit on
The
dumping a
next
bunch of
time
money
I
into this
return,
character,
I
but
hope to record the
why not?
flow of the
She's the
river.
first of her entire subclass.
Doctor, may I ask what is the maximum recording length?
Clears all elemental injury on self and gains a protective barrier that absorbs up to 1200 elemental injury. Ooh. Stops attacking, max HP plus 50%. When attacked, deals 140% of attack as arts damage to surrounding ground enemies and an additional 25% as necrosis damage. Can only trigger once every 2 seconds. If elemental injury is received while skill is active, attack plus 80% until the skill ends. Goodness. I think I'll set this as default, but still very cool. Okay, now let's actually get into it. Now that it's almost midnight, and we're only just starting, probably only doing one mission tonight in that case, but hopefully I'll be able to do more tomorrow, because I don't think I have to be up for anything Saturday. What is this? Attacks inflict cold on targets for 4 seconds. That could be difficult. see. Don't need this one. I guess I'll just go with that. That's as much as can be reached by that. Don't know if I'll need Gnosis for this. Maybe. Eh. I feel like I'm missing someone. Oh well, moving forward. At this point, I've forgotten the voices I used for a lot of characters. Let's see if I can remember them. Texas, you're back. With me? What, am I not welcome here? Lapland? Let's not overreact here. What if we disturb the patient's beauty rest? Texas, quick. Tell our dear judge here I'm just here to deliver some documents. Here, Your Honor. We met the judge at the door who wanted to pass you these. The mayor's ward can't have too many people in here, so Texas and I took it for you right before we walked in. Arson of Novo City Port, emergency court hearing, defendant Irene? The driver lady's your friend, right? Relax, just flip to the back. She was acquitted on the spot. Texas and I happened to sit in that court hearing. So exciting. The Venezias. sorry. I mean the Venezia Trucking and Saluzzo Vino bosses both testified and vouched for her innocence. And even fought over who got to send her home after the trial. A popular girl, to be sure. The way she walked out on the courthouse reminded me of how the familia would take a courthouse trip as proof of maturity. That's interesting. To prove you are a man, you must watch a trial. Signed to confirm, receive the verdict, leave the court. The process went smoothly, but Irene is still a little dizzy. The sunlight stings her eyes, and she lowers her head. On the huge court square are two cars parked on her inevitable path. Both car hoods sport a special emblem, patterns one can see everywhere in Syracuse. Even if she didn't recognize the Saluzzo Vino logo or the Venezia family crest, there is no way she could possibly fail to recognize the two men before their respective cars. Irene knows they're waiting for her. Familia Saluzzo and Familia Venezia. Congratulations, Signorina Lavazza. There's nothing worth congratulating. Signor Saluzzo, the fire yesterday was an accident, but my worries have indeed been solved, albeit in a confusing way. I had been thinking I shouldn't cause you any further trouble, since I ended up asking you to meet with me for nothing. But you showed up today, which means you just declared to everyone. The Saluzos want to help the Truckers' Union, of course. Our present situation does mean some deals are no longer on the table, but I'm sure we both know how valuable a friendship can be in Syracuse. Our agreement remains, Signorina Lavazza. Zio Alberto, I hope I'm not disturbing you. Signorina Lavazza helped us transport our tires, and since something has happened to them, I have to work out compensation with her. Signor Venezia. Don't worry, today we've properly met for the first time, but we already have a good understanding between us. You said nothing at all in court, which was wonderful. I think we have a lot to talk about, such as the Truckers' Union and many other matters. Get in the car, I'll drive you back. Venezia Jr. A loud horn interrupts the conversation between the three, and a truck drives between the two cars, coming to a steady stop before Irene. The driver's door opens, and Irene sees Lyudmila get off the truck. Lyudmila! What's wrong? Let's go. I came to take you back home. There's a lot back at camp waiting for you to make the call on. Alright, let's go. Once we're home, we have to quickly figure out a way to send Summer away for a time. He's not safe in the city right now. Something on your mind, Lyudmila? Lyudmila says nothing and hands the lighter she's holding to Irene. Huh? Isn't this Summers? He did everything he could. I should have understood long ago the Familia would never allow anyone who might pose a threat to them to live. Irene looks through the rearview mirror and meets the two mob bosses' eyes. She suddenly understands why they had confidently testified for her, and why they had both waited for her in the square. Venezia Jr. was right. Her silence and their voices means the three parties had reached a tacit understanding in court. Where's Summer? I'm sorry. I couldn't find him. Irene's grip tightens on the lighter. So things did exceed everyone's expectations, and they had no choice but to come down here and protect me. But the price paid. They want the guys at City Hall and the courts to know that the Truckers' Union and the Familia are on the same boat. Those two earlier, they were basically fighting over a territory. The court hearing does not mean the matter has come to a close. It is only just beginning. For a long time to come, the Familia will become a thorn in the Truckers' Union's side, and she will have to struggle against these people to maintain their tacit, disgraceful understanding. The truck gets farther and farther away from the court square. She looks at the lighter in her hand, and her fear suddenly dissipates somewhat. It's not over yet, Alberto, Antonio. When Summer and I had just moved here from Vocini, we really thought we left the Familia. What a joke. I'm sorry, Summer. I'll never trust any of them ever again. Such an interesting scene, like it came straight out of a film. Saluzzo and Venezia fellas, truck drivers, so many people surrounding that driver lady. They took up half the courthouse square. They called it my coming-of-age ceremony, the first time I went into a courthouse. When I came out, there weren't many people greeting me. Texas had it even worse. She came to Syracuse as a guest and accidentally got herself involved in a lawsuit. I was the only one who greeted her after. Stop bringing up your boring pranks, Lapland. Signorina Lapland, thank you for coming here and for the reminder. If there's nothing else, please leave the word.
You're welcome. Just the least I could do. Carnival is tomorrow, dear Judge. You still have a lot to do. I was with Lapland the whole time since yesterday noon. By the time we reached the port, the fire was already dying. She's not directly involved with it. She spent the entire night after that just being a taxi driver. We went to the courthouse today, and then came here to the hospital. Hey there, Kaiju. Glad you could make it. Since you weren't here for it earlier, I saw the Minecraft movie tonight. It's just happened to come up in the family's plans this week. Partially as a result of my own birthday plans being delayed. But, I wasn't expecting to like it as much as I did. It's definitely a very goofy and strange movie. But the jokes in it are really funny. If you want something to laugh at, I recommend it. Right now, I'm not sure what she's planning. Are you still looking through the file, Lavinia? Did the audience riot at Chicken Jockey? They didn't, but I think the guys closest to us had also seen the movie before. I'm not sure. I'm also a little disappointed that the crowd wasn't cheering when Technoblade showed up. But, still a fun movie, fun watch. The theater was full of people. I think part of the reason there wasn't as much cheering was because it's a school night. So there weren't a lot of kids. Technoblade never dies. To continue... Sorry, I was trying to think of a follow-up to that, but I got nothing. Judging from its contents, there was no problem whatsoever with the hearing, but the feeling I'm getting is all too familiar for my liking. They covered everything in the trial, and the testimony and evidence are stated in detail, but other than getting someone acquitted, it didn't find out any truths or solve any problems. In Volsini and other places in Syracuse, most cases can only end up with a case file like this one. I had thought such a trial would no longer exist here in Novo Vicini. Lavinia, you don't have to console me, Texas. What concerns me more is, when did these people actually start to care about whether a civilian outside the Familia is innocent or not? What's more, before this hearing, Familia Venezia had a near-perfect record in the city. You couldn't easily find a reason for criticism. But this time Venezia Jr. actually showed up. From Dimitri to Ingrid, I may spend the last 2 days chasing in the wrong direction. What is certain, before this trial, or because of this trial, they are now on the same side. Leon's car accident, the hit-and-run vehicle, and the port fire. These three obviously have a deeper connection. This eludes us, the Venezias, and the Truckers' Union. What are these three forces hiding from us together? Lavinia closes the file, running her hand over the court emblem, then the new Urban Management Act on the cover. After a moment, she raises her head. Texas looks at her friend. She seemed somewhat gloomy and confused earlier, but she is definitely back to her old self now. Carnival is tomorrow, but Leon is still in a coma. I'm running out of time to figure out what kind of plans they have in store. We can't let the situation worsen, let alone stay sitting fouls. You mean... These people still think the new Urban Management Act is something they can use, but I shall show them it is the foundation of order in this city. Hey you can't go in there! Texas?
Bursting into my winery without reason does not seem like something you would do.
Of course.
Told you we'd come find you, Signor Alberto Saluzzo. These are Saluzzo Vino's qualification documents submitted in the past months. A group of employees have in the short span of 2 months changed their positions in your company's registered profiles several times. First they were security personnel, then winemakers, then technical staff. We have reason to suspect Saluzzo Vino is employing illegal methods to circumvent the standard background check procedure. Please come with us to assist our investigation. Didn't the constant changes happen because City Hall keeps changing the requirements? What's the big idea digging up these old files so suddenly? Don't waste your breath, these cops are obviously targeting us Saluzzos on purpose. Vaffanculo, we even paid so much in certification fees. Anyway, don't let them take away the dawn on our turf. Stop. Don't get in the police's way. If they're only suspecting Saluzzo Vino of circumventing background checks illegally, then that won't be difficult to resolve. We just need some time. Listen to him. Got it done, Alberto. This must have been the judge's idea. What? Of course, she's aware she can't do much with such a trivial offense, but she can at least keep me in jail for the next few days. She must have gone to Venezia Jr. or Irene. Otherwise, you wouldn't be the one standing here right now.
I just happened to be free today.
Making such a swift decision with only just the little information she has. Decisive. I still remember her looking so weak when she rushed to my place looking for Bernardo last year. She was a completely different person.
Telling me all this won't help. There's nothing to fear if you're truly innocent.
Of course, I'll go with you. I'll do my best to aid your investigation. I said in court today I'm simply doing my duty as a citizen of the city. Besides, Saluzzo Vino will not pause operations because of my temporary departure. Dimitri, I'm sure you must be familiar with our work here in Novo Vostini by now, yes? Certainly, Don Alberto. Take care of my wineries for now, manager of Saluzzo Vino. Of course.
Come quick, Professor. There's still
Alright, here we go. That was a, I would say, pleasantly short cutscene for once.
Anything outside the plan? Oh, this hunt has dragged on for too long.
Splendida giornata quest'oggi. Hate and resentment have no place, but in a burst of autumn wrath.
Got a problem that needs solving?
Speed things up a little bit.
This hunt has dragged on for too long.
Boop.
I am fighting for more than just the law. Also the justice and virtue that extend beyond it.
We can do this. Hi, Doctor. Orders, please.
Her range didn't expand. That's interesting. I thought her range was supposed to expand. What's with the beer truck?
Your weapons are right at your fingertips. Why wait? Look, Zaro. Fare. I knew who you were right away.
Hate and resentment have no place, but in a burst of autumn wrath.
Heck yeah.
Oh, I thought I had her third skill on. Shoot, I need a healer.
The pebble returns to her hometown.
Ah, she still went out.
At least make me lose the code.
I see them.
I can get both of them. Darn. It got out.
Hate and resentment have no place, but in a burst of autumn wrath.
Let's bring him in to
Let's
help
put an
while
end to this as soon as possible.
Suzerain is healing up.
Look, Zara.
I knew who you were right away.
Flowers and buds. The ladies.
Do not disrupt my thought process. Right.
Take him back out. Come in, Suzerain.
Make me lose the code.
Got a problem that needs solving?
Hate and resentment have no place, but in a burst of autumn wrath. No matter what, your crimes are irrefutable.
Got problem. You ran into me.
How did it get to the other side of her? Oh gosh, dang it. Alright, that was unfortunate.
Sorry. If only I were stronger.
I'll take out Luna Cub. Oh no, wait, because Luna Cub's one of the Syracusans, so she's got to stay in.
Hunting with my pack. They are much more open than humans.
Switch to third skill.
Field missions are rare for me. I will do my very best.
I might need to bring in Weeshadel.
If I die here, use the pension to buy some roast potatoes for the gang.
Remember, our purpose is not violence itself, but rather the victory it brings. Let's put an end to this show, pronto.
Splendida giornata quest'oggi.
I should have changed up the attack she uses. Hold on a minute. That one attack is good, but it's not very strong.
Leave the rest to me. It's clear why we failed. And I know how to make it even.
There we go.
Leave the toughest one for me.
I think that'll help.
Sura, it's time to set out. Anything outside the plan? And what purpose do you think your sacrifice will serve?
Splendida giornata quest'oggi. So much The road to
Oh,
the
heck
afterlife
yeah.
is crowded enough.
And now her and
It's
back.
a valiant struggle, but you won't get away.
Healing.
リラックスしてリラックス
Your weapons are right at your fingertips. Why wait?
Ready with the needle. Keep your back straight. Who told you to keel over?
And he just up and disappeared. What the crap?
And what purpose do you think your sacrifice will serve?
I see them. I'll be right back. Look, Zaro, you never disappoint me. My friends.
Oh yes, please get that one. Much better. What the heck?
My bad lad. You ran into
Didn't
me.
even know it could attack that. I believe that's supposed to be Emperor, but I keep thinking it's the I keep thinking it's the Hollywood guy from A Hat in Time.
Moving to designated location. This show has what are you waiting for? The curtains are about to fall.
So much flowers and vibes. The ladies sit and tie dance every day.
The heck just happened? It morphed into the beer truck? Oh, I see. So this thing weakened the trucks. Significantly. That's what was going on. That's good to know. How is everyone tonight, by the way? I don't remember if I've asked. How are you, Kaiju? You're still there? You sent for me, Don Venezia? Anton has a question for you. Over here, Carl. Antonio. Any cars headed towards Sicilia recently? Passenger routes are operating as usual, though most people are coming in here and not out. Good. Go pack up your belongings. You should be able to make the last ride over. Gotcha. Huh? Antonio, what's the meaning of this? Don't you have a fratello in Sicilia? You can't stay at Novo Vicini any longer, and can't go back to Montelupe either, so you should go to him. Your negligence has caused us to lose a whole carload of tires. I gave you a chance. Just greet the dawn at the port? Couldn't even manage that. I told Saluzzo Stronzo even got to meet Papa before you did. I don't remember that. Carl, I've already given you the most decent ending possible by letting you leave alive. Take this. A check from a bank with a huge sum written on it. The Familia associate takes it, stunned. He sees his own name written on the upper left, already crossed out by Antonio himself. Call it a settlement fee. Without the Familia's protection, you'll need a lot of money. I've been with the Venetias for more than a decade. I was following the Don before you even came in here. Can't you just, for his sake... The Don Venezia! Employees who make mistakes must naturally be punished, yes? Of course. You're the head of Venezia Trucking. You call the shots. Anton, you didn't inform me about this in advance. Please, don't blame me for this. The police were just here earlier. They wanted to inspect the vehicle factories and service stations under the Venetian name. They said it was just a routine inspection before Carnival, but the official warrant said it was an impromptu check. I also just received news that Alberto was suddenly temporarily detained for corporate qualification issues. I have no doubt the trial this morning has upset our dear Judge Lavinia. She's hoping to control a situation she knows nothing of this way. The situation spiraled out of my control, so I had to deal with Carl like that. It'll be hard to convince the masses otherwise. This year, Venezia Trucking has carefully complied with the new Urban Management Act, and the only clue we had proving otherwise was burned to cinders yesterday at the port. The only person who can affect our business has been dealt with. But when Carnival is over and Lavinia has her hands free, I'm afraid she'll try her best to target us. How do you plan on handling it? My original idea was to slowly transform this city. Let it have a set of laws absent in other cities, while establishing an underground order the Syracusans are accustomed to. Venezia Trucking's business has been smooth sailing. The trick is to follow these two tenets: comply with the new Urban Management Act, but also not. Of course, the other familia are doing the same, but adapting to the rules of the new game is quite difficult. The Venezias can fit perfectly into both sets of laws, and we've been excelling at it. So much so that today we can discard one and switch to the other immediately. So you want to completely control this city? You've lost yourself, Anton. Don't forget, Nova Vocini has Signora Cecilia's endorsement. She supports the youth reforms. You're openly defying her authority and turning us against all of Syracuse this way. You're using the entire Familia Venezia as your betting chip. It sounds like that, yes. The last one to do that was Bernardo. He only died last year. Are you afraid of Signora Cecilia? Afraid of the youngsters at City Hall yelling their ideals across the room? You've really gotten old, Papa. We Venezias hold a most unusual seat in the Grey Hall. A hybrid familia. Lupos with no blood ties who left their previous pack. Vopos like Ingrid, and Perros like you. The other familia don't think too kindly of us, but we stand here today nonetheless. Our presence here embodies every Venezia's sweat and blood. Our ties run closer than bloodlines, and I want everyone in the familia to have a decent end. But you want to put us in great danger. Anton, I think you've forgotten my teachings. Papa, have I ever mentioned how a Pero like me ended up in Syracuse? I was a soldier, serving the true Bolivarians. I have but a superficial understanding of the situation in Bolivar. It actually doesn't matter which flag you fight under in Bolivar. You don't have to understand why the three parties are fighting one another. I mean, everyone's just trying to survive by giving it their all. Hold on, what group was he with? True Bolivarians. I was in the guerrilla force raiding a village under the Singos dynasty, but we were discovered, and the entire squad became captives. The 20 of us emptied every pocket and piled our possessions together to bribe the executioner to spare us, change our status from death penalty to hard labor. The officer responsible for driving us was a paunchy aristocrat. He was drunk that day, made a mistake during the review process, and only came to us with a truck, big enough to sit just 10 people. The executioner asked him what to do next. Can you guess how that Stronzo replied? He belched from his drink as he whipped out a pen and drew a circle on our list, saying, "There's clearly only 10 people on the list, right?" We killed him, cut off his head, escaped Bolivar, and what happened next I'm sure you know. Hold on, what the heck? There were 20 of them, but he only brought a truck for 10. Anton, this is the first I've heard of. It's been too long, I almost forgot about it. Do you know why it suddenly came back to me? I was discussing with our young and promising mayor about building a logistical network in the city. He refused me, and then shared how the city came about and its mission. A so-called experimental ground, with a new order governing people from the old, vastly different from the Syracusan tradition. He knew people would have trouble adapting. Irreconcilable conflicts would occur, and the system might even swallow groups of people in the process. But it couldn't be helped. There was a potential future. And all of that happened because 4 young people sat at the Grey Hall's round table and lobbied for their ideas so passionately. Signora Cecilia allocated them one of Syracuse's 23 cities, without hesitation. A move so cavalier, like that aristocrat who circled half our names away. Papa, Leontuzzo was indeed quite sincere and inspiring at the time, but I almost lost control. I wanted to burst into laughter. That boy knows nothing at all. You said I lost myself? No, not at all. What I want to do has always been the same. I hate that aristocrat and Signora Cecilia. I hate their power to wantonly draw their circles as they please. I want to take it all away from them. Anton. All right, Papa. I've said a bit too much today. I'm not here to let you lecture me on decency or dignity, nor am I here to analyze what's going on in Syracuse. My activities this year alone are not enough to land a seat at the gambling table. Papa, don't we have a landship en route nearby? I'd like the rights to make an emergency dispatch. This is something only Don Venezia can do. If I refuse, will the men guarding the door deal with me like how you handled Carl? Of course not. You're a truly decent man worthy of a dignified end. You're old, Papa. Haven't you always suggested you retire? Is he threatening his dad now? Scusi, is Irene not here right now? Your Honor? Irene's not here. Everyone went to celebrate her acquittal, that's why. So why aren't you with them? I'm just servicing these trucks, see? Carnival's tomorrow, and they'll need a lot of our cars. Someone has to do it. You're lying, Signor. When you see her, please let Irene know I need to meet her, even outside of office hours. Got it. Irene, here. A scheduled table for this year. As you said, I marked all the Venezia trucking-related records. Trip times, loading instructions, driver names. They're all in there. Yep, matches with Summer's notebook. Summer wanted to bring Guri here. Carmelo was secretly nursing his injuries with alcohol and couldn't get it from us. Gianni and Ruggiero had their own troubles too. Every member of ours they targeted was carefully selected. There aren't many records, but the shipment frequency is very consistent. That night wasn't the first time they smuggled weapons into the city, for sure. You were right. That judge did come looking for you at the camp. After she left, some familiar associates were tailing her in secret. So... I drove behind her car and came back here only after I saw her enter the courthouse. Good. There's also one more thing. What is it? I happened to see Saluzzo Vino's legal team hurrying into the courthouse. I asked around, and apparently not long ago the police suddenly showed up at one of the Saluzzo wineries and took Alberto away. Venezia Trucking also got the cops at their door at the same time. The police and judges should be inspecting their factories right now. Lavinia probably doesn't know about the weapons yet, but the car accident and port fire has already sent out a dangerous signal. Leontuzzo's injured and still hospitalized even now. As Nuovo Valsini's Supreme Justice, she tries her best to get the situation under control. She didn't use a direct method with us like she did with the other two. She went to camp to warn us. In other words, an ultimatum. Wait, what about what Leomia just said? Neither Alberto nor Venezia Jr. will willingly meet their demise.
I accidentally threw in an extra N. Lavinia's in danger right now. Those wise guys only followed her with no intentions to harm her. We're in Nova Vicini, after all. We got cops patrolling the streets. Besides, they have an even better time slot available. You mean Carnival? We could let the judge know. Irene stays still for a long time before shaking her head. Are you still hesitant to let her know about the truckers' union? But can you really just stand here and watch something happen to her? She's not a bad person, at least. You got it wrong, Liudmia. It's too late for us now to stay out of it. If the Familiae dare make a direct attempt on Lavinia's life during Carnival, there's no chance they'll let the truckers' union go. If that happens, we can only wait for the slaughter to happen. I feel like they should have just ended at the slaughter. I'm just thinking what I should do. I don't want something like what happened with Summer to happen again. Giving Lavinia a direct warning isn't the best choice here. Liudmia, did you see the weapons? How many were there? Based on the amount I saw and the total number of shifts on the schedule, I estimate there's enough Venezia weapons in the city to arm several tactical squads with dozens of people in each. We have more than 200 registered members, but if we include ad hoc staff and contract workers, we'll have several times the number of people. I just realized the Truckers' Union is actually the largest organization in Nova Vicini. Maybe we can manage it. Protecting a single person in the dark. Do you really just want to protect that judge? Summer taught me one thing at least. No one can be trusted in this city but ourselves. So we can only protect ourselves, even if that means resorting to violence. When I was in Ursus, I knew someone with similar ideas. She lost herself in the end. You want to stop me? No. What happened with Summer needs a proper ending. But of course he wouldn't want to see you lose yourself either. I just remembered how to do my attempt at a Russian accent, so I'm going to try and slip that into Liudmia here. Irene, I guarantee you won't cross that final line. I promise you I won't, Liudmia. I'm perfectly aware of what I'm doing. And that's it for that
trial
cutscene.
in all its vaunted glory will not bring about any substantive change. It matters more what we do after the trial. Doctor, I've seen what you've done, and find it praiseworthy.
I want so badly to do this next cutscene, but I shouldn't. Because it's late and I have to be up for work tomorrow. I've been terribly tired at work lately. Ooh, that's neat. So, I'm going to collect these, do a little shopping, sword holder. Used in the dorm to prove the envious. A wooden stand used to store swords and knives now holds canes as well. In the past, clients would place their weapons here as a sign of goodwill. The custom endures, and fortunately, people are rarely armed with them these days. I like that. That's fun. What else have we got? Spool light. A small pendant light made from an old spool. Excuse me. With the space for winding thread now housing the light source. Lucino often spent nights accompanied by its faint glow, sometimes practicing sewing, sometimes reading storybooks. A window away? A second-floor window of the tailor shop. Young Lucino practiced threading needles using its curtains. He also used to enjoy gazing out the window onto the street. From behind the window, life on the streets did seem a bit enticing. That's interesting. A gang meeting spot. A secluded space partitioned off by heavy curtains, once a meeting spot for mafiosi. Providing excellent privacy, paired with lights and a clothes rack, it has become the perfect fitting room.
many bands do I have to put on these bots, man? Handmade leather sofa. An old sofa handcrafted by a friend at De Montano's request when the shop first opened. Despite the passing years, the sofa remains as comfortable as ever, just as his suits remain impeccably crisp. An old clothes cabinet. An open wardrobe where customers at the tailor shop temporarily store their old clothes while getting measured and trying on sample garments. After all, you can't put on new attire without first shedding the old. Alright. Well, that will be... I think about everything for the night.
Have you been on the ship all day, Doctor? Me? No, I just happened to be behind you. It's pure coincidence.
I don't need
All
too
right.
much room here, but this place could use some decoration.
Thank you everybody so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I hope to continue this tomorrow.
Have you been on the ship all day,
Interrupting
Doctor?
my own intro has caused me to forget my own outro. Has caused me to forget how I do my
I just
outro.
happened to be behind you. It's pure coincidence.
Thank you everybody so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. You may find my YouTube and Discord in my Twitch profile for more of my content or chatter. Or if you're watching this on YouTube after the fact, you may find my Twitch at TheRenterPrince52. YouTube followers, please leave comments. I do love comments, and it helps draw in some attention to see there's some interaction going on. But also, I just genuinely love comments. I actually do love the interaction. Yeah, thanks again, everyone. I love you all, and I hope you have a wonderful rest of your evening. Good night.